Who's here? I've lost my cushion. I had another cushion here. Where the hell did it go? Put something else behind me. Who's here? Coach Dan's here. Who else? Can't see anybody else. Ginu. Hi, guys. Lard Butt 92 from Scotland. Good morning from Scotland. Oh, morning. You're all in the UK, guys. All Europe. Melly S1's here. Good morning. Oh, so many people in the morning. Good evening. Oh, do you know it's evening time where you are? Hi, Leah. Hi, Simran. I've been great, darling. Just went on a big long walk out in the sunshine. It was glorious. I've been uploading an 8-hour sleep affirmation tape to the YouTube channel today. The private YouTube. It's private, guys. You can't see it yet. But it's still loading. It's been loading for the past 2 hours. Bloody hell. Got a notification. Oh, great. Rob, I saw your comment just then on one of those lives. Is that a good live? Is it? Oh, okay. Good morning. What am I talking about? Timing or something. I think I was talking about divine timing a lot in that one. Not divine timing. Hi, Helen. Hi, Icy. Hi, guys. Hi, Jadio. I've noticed too much coffee and lack of sleep makes me triggered to the little things, lol. Well, fucking stop that, Nat. I've had too much coffee and little sleep recently. I've just caught up, I think, today with my lack of sleep. SP is an influencer and had no partner rule on it. What? SP is an influencer and had a no partner rule on it. What do you mean, Rob? What are you talking about? You're talking about your old SP is an influencer and said she can't have a partner. So what are you talking about? What's your thoughts on Sammy's new video regarding rejecting negative thoughts? Yeah, I've already commented on this a million times, but I'll comment on it again. Sammy has had long-held thoughts about the subconscious mind, which I agree with. She's suddenly changed her mind about the subconscious mind and gone against every scientific learning about the subconscious and how you have long-held beliefs that are stuck there. And you have to crowd out all other thoughts to put in a new thought. That is scientifically proven fact about the subconscious mind. Apparently, Sammy's suddenly turned magic and she can totally obliterate any scientific proof of long-held beliefs that everyone's proven. Freud, Jung, all the scientific studies into the subconscious. And apparently Sammy Ingram's magic. And she can just say once or twice, my positive thoughts manifest. Only my positive thoughts manifest. And every single other fucking negative thought she ever had about life have disappeared magically. And now she's telling everyone else to do that. The thing is, I agree with her to a point that you can say those things and have a new rule for yourself and that will start sinking in. But you have to let it sink in. The other negative thoughts that you've had in your mind for fuck knows how long, probably since the age of 7 when your subconscious got formed, are stuck in there. And saying it once or twice or having a dominant new thought takes a while. And she knows that. And if she says things like, oh, well, I can do it in seconds, well, great. Good for you. But what about all the other negative thoughts you got there? What about those? So I fundamentally disagree with her on that part. But she's also not disagreeing with anything Neville says in any of his teachings, except she's going against everything anyone's ever said about the subconscious mind and the timing of, or the fact that you have long-held beliefs in your brain. So, God knows. Sammy constantly goes back on what she's preached. Look, I think what Sammy's doing, and to be fair to her, I think what she's doing is trying to differentiate herself from Neville's teachings, and I understand that. She's been around a long time now. She's probably sick of the Neville light saying to her, that's not what he said, because sometimes she does get things very wrong, like when she says something like, he said you can manifest things in 3 days, and she doesn't understand 3 men's trinity in the Bible, and she keeps saying this 3 days thing and confusing people. But I think she's trying to differentiate herself, which is absolutely fine, but manifesting is about your subconscious. It isn't magic. So we can just agree to disagree that your mind has a certain way of acting, and it doesn't matter how many times consciously, you might say a couple of things consciously, but there's a difference between your conscious and your subconscious is the one that manifests. So, I don't want to argue with her. But everyone keeps fucking asking me about it. Yes, Sammy is kind of similar to Dylan with that. No, but Dylan, look, I think Dylan James at least understands how the subconscious works, and he's very much about getting into a feeling state and a good state of being. Like, he's a bit more LOA. Like, he's talking about feelings a lot more than Sammy does. But I think Dylan's got a good grasp of how subconscious thinking works, at least. I'd like to think he does when I've listened to him. But he does say, look, step into this new state. And I agree with both of them. Like, step into the new state of you, have new opinions about yourself, have new thoughts about yourself. Absolutely, that's the whole point of this. But it ain't magic, guys. I just don't believe that. If we detect our old beliefs and don't want them to manifest, what should we do? Keep affirming. Guys, this is the thing. You're going to detect your old beliefs. They're going to come up. This is the problem with that kind of teaching. They're going to be there, right? If you've got long-held shit about being overweight and you suddenly start telling yourself every day, I'm wonderfully thin, well, I'm sorry, but you've got some real old shit about being overweight. And then you'll look in the mirror and you'll suddenly not be thin the next day and you'll be thrown, right? Just affirm against it. Step into the new state as much as you can and avoid mirrors, etc. Avoid triggers, etc. in your 3D. His family keeps supporting him with the third party. He's listening to his family. What's this white orchid? You've got some fucking story about your person listening to the family, so you kind of fucked there, darling. If you keep perpetuating that story about he's with the third party because of his family, until you drop that story and drop the fact that he's influenced in the 3D, well, you think it's a fact anyway. Your opinion is he's influenced by them. You're kind of screwed. Oh, he only listens to them. He's so influenced by them. Well, then you're fucked, darling. What are you doing here? You're holding a really dominant story about nothing you can do about it because he listens to the family and the family want her. So you're screwed. Get rid of that fucking story. What's your ask for that one? Oh my God, Loz, I got a job offer for my dream job. Oh, did you remember Love X? Wonderful, darling. Congratulations. Yay. Scroll up. What did you say, Rob? Hang on, I missed the whole thing. I can't see anything you said, Rob. There's nothing there. Write it again. Yeah, I saw that thing about it in influence, but I don't really get it. Morning, Loz. Damn, my old self-concept created a shit show in my 3D this week, but I'm staying on top. Oh, look, guys, it can happen. Sasha's got a really good video she just put out about sometimes you have a week and you cry and 3 days of motherfucker. She doesn't say motherfucker because she never swears. I've noticed I have more anxiety issues and get triggered around the time of the month. Well, probably, darling, it's your hormones. Don't worry about it. Stop affirming that and it won't happen. Oh, look, you can switch up your teaching. Look, look, sometimes it's... Look, I'm not bagging Sammy out. Look, sometimes you discover things and you think, gee, I was making this too difficult for myself. Maybe if I just stepped into the state of having it, then it would be here. Well, that's what Neville said. So when she's saying... The thing is, she's kind of saying, I'm against Neville now because I've discovered this thing about stepping into the state of it and falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. Have you listened to a word he fucking said? That's what he says. What? That's what he always said. Can't understand what she's talking about when she's saying that. Like she's discovered this new thing outside of Neville. It's called falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. He must have mentioned that in almost every second lecture. Self-concept really is the key, isn't it? Was reluctant to work on it, place of lack, but I genuinely, everyone's reluctant to work on it sometimes, just feel so much better now. Good, guys. Look, sometimes you will avoid working on it because it's just too painful. I have a massive avoidance coping mechanism, and my way to deal with things is avoidance. So I'll avoid thinking about things. I'll throw myself into work to avoid feeling things. I won't work on things that I know I have to work on. I won't investigate my feelings. I won't delve into them, and I'll just push them down until they no longer exist. And that's a coping mechanism, which means one day they'll just come up like a balloon out of the water and fuck your life up. That's why you have to work on them. How do you manifest fame and success? That's going to be one of my courses, Money, Fame and Success. Darling, you want to step into the state of famous and successful. I am so famous. When I walk down the street, everyone's asking for my picture. Everyone wants my picture and they want to put me on Instagram. I am so uber successful. Everyone knows my name. I am so known, right? And as you walk down the street, I want you to imagine that everyone does look at you and see you as famous and see you as a success. And if they just happen to look at you in the street, you can give it that meaning. Oh, they recognize me. You're not out loud going, hey, does anyone want my photo like a fucking nut? You're imagining it in your mind. Okay? We've got a success challenge in the Facebook group at the moment. Come and join us, darling. Thanks, Adele Ness, for the presents of the fairy bread. Hi, Loz. I was watching YouTube and they said the person failed because she sent love and SP blocked her. Who the fuck are you watching, darling? Guys, you've got to be really discerning with who the fuck you're watching. Who are you watching? Our YouTube. Of whose? The only people I recommend are Sammy, although she seems to be changing her mind every 5 seconds. Caleb at Pluto's Gate. Create Your Future, which is the OG channel of Law of Assumption. Any of the coaches on there. And Joseph Allo. And Manifesting Kimberly and Kimberlez. That's it. Who the fuck are you watching, darling? I don't know who they were, but they're an idiot. Stop watching them. Hi, finally got to see you live. Yay, darling. From the Success Challenge, my manager got sacked and I affirmed for higher pay. Oh, wonderful, darling. You didn't like the manager? That's good. Loz, is it okay to visualize the same scenario or should we be visualizing different scenarios? Look, guys, as long as it's around the theme of whatever years you want, do different ones. It's very hard to repeat the same scenario in your mind. It's easy to say the same information because it's just a sentence. But to say that, do the same scene every time is kind of difficult. Try either. Joshua Tongol is amazing. Yeah, he's pretty good, although he goes a bit LOA for my liking. I haven't watched enough of his shit, to be completely honest with you. Loz, imagined all the... I've got a farting dog in here. Loz, imagined all the things she wanted in her house. What? Loz imagined all the things she wanted in her house, and now she's got it, and for the best price. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, darling. Are you talking about me or you? Yes, I did do that. And you know what, the other day, I have this uncanny knack of manifesting things on the side of the road that I want. So I used to say to my ISP, I need a table and chairs for outside, just here. I'll find one. And he'd be like, where are you going to find one? I'd be like, the side of the road. And he'd be like, you won't find one on the side of the road. Next week he'd come back for his weekend trip and I'd be like, he'd be like, what'd you? On the side of the road. So the other day I was like, I really need a clock, a big clock to put in the kitchen or somewhere, a nice clock, so I know what the time is. And I was walking past this pile of rubbish that's like a bird collection, and there's this clock sitting there, this beautiful antique looking thing. The only thing is it doesn't work. So I put the battery in the back and it's got a bit rusty, so I'd figure out, but it looks so cool. And I was like, there we go. Amanda from Create Your Future sometimes says law of attraction and confuses me a bit. I think, honestly, the only reason why she does that is because it's good for the algorithm. I think that's why Amanda does that. She knows full well she's not teaching anything to do with law of attraction. She knows. Oh my God, Molly, you stink. My dog is farting up a storm in here. It's like a Dutch oven. Oh, about me. You're talking about me? Yes. So my house has got everything in it that I want. I found a dishwasher on the side of the road when I needed a dishwasher. Exactly the size that I needed to fit under my bench. A bench dishwasher with 2 drawers that would have cost me about $1,200 new. I got it free and it works perfectly. Things like that. I just imagine I need a dishwasher. I'll find one on the side of the road. And like the next week, there was one just sitting there magically when I was picking up a rug I was buying, and there's this dishwasher. Exactly the dishwasher I wanted. I said to the guy, is that working? He said, yeah. Helped me get in the back of the car. Got it all plumbed in. Works fine. I was like, no. My brother was like, this manifesting shit's getting out of hand. When he came over, he's like, holy shit. You know how much they cost? Oh my God, missed you. Oh, Amy. Weird question. I'm not a native English speaker. Can you use affirmations or should I translate? Darling, whatever your brain thinks in. So translate it to your language, please. If your brain thinks in Dutch, do them in Dutch, etc. Happy view. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, Loz, I need a YouTube series on this homemaking, please. All I do is imagine what I want. I need a table that looks like this. It sits there. I see it there in the space. I need a clock. Kind of looks like this. Before you go shopping, be like, I need these kind of shoes. And you'll see them. Trust me. Like, just really imagine it vividly in your mind. Yeah, I have those shoes. Yep, that's right. Those shoes. I do it all the time, guys, with things that I want to find because I don't want to buy them, right? Do you need a boyfriend? Thank you, Metal Maniac. I did that with the jute rug for my kitchen. Yes! I found a beautiful jute rug on the side of the road once. It was perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's in my back room. No, where is it? It's in my office. How do I get rid of the negative thoughts and the feeling of being scared when manifesting? What are you scared of, darling? Scared of what? Scared it's not going to work? Scared it's not going to happen? Scared it isn't happening? Scared of things popping up that are against it? Look, guys, the point of affirming is to get rid of the negative thinking, okay? That's the point of affirming. It's just new positive thinking. The scared part, you need to go and EFT tap that shit out or do a guided meditation to quell your anxiety, darling, please. Do you need to constantly visualize? I've been trying to leave it to morning and night before bed. They're the best times, really, because you're kind of drowsy. Best times. But look, Use it at other times of the day if you've got some idle time, but it's very hard to visualize during the day, guys, because you're doing shit. It's much easier to affirm. Okay, I can do this. Thank you. Okay, good. I did that with my office. Now I need to do it with my car. Yes, do that, guys. Well, I imagine my car exactly to the letter of what it looks like. Like freaky. Freaky, because I scripted it. It's freaky as hell. My SP and I haven't seen or heard from him in ages, but he has a girlfriend. Well, darling, it doesn't matter that they have a girlfriend. Circumstances don't matter. Did you imagine a bitch like that might turn up? Did you imagine he might find someone else? There she is. You did that. You can undo it. Okay? Loz, other courses any closer to beginning? No, guys. I've got to go see my accountant tomorrow. And next week, I will be really hardcore going on the courses, and I may not do as many lives next week. My fear has come down by half since doing this. It's working. Oh, good, Laura Lulu. That's great. What affirmations to stop your SP making you look bad? Why would they be making you look bad? You've got an assumption, a really bad negative assumption about your SP. What are they doing that's making you look bad? Why are you assuming they would even do that to you? If they're your SP, aren't they meant to be kind to you and loving to you and making you feel amazing? What negative assumptions have you got about them? Get rid of that, darling. He makes me feel so good. He always shows me off. He always makes me look amazing. I am perfect in his eyes. Say those things, darling. Scared of the things I'm manifesting not happening. All right, well, you're just scared. You're doubting, darling, and doubt is the devil. Okay, stop doubting it. Go and test yourself and see that you are doing this all the time. Go and get it to see a purple car or manifest a free coffee or something just to reassure yourself, darling, that you can do this. I'm going to make a burner Facebook. Get on the group. I need this energy all the time. Oh, wonderful, darling. Well, look, I will add all the lives in the YouTube eventually when the YouTube starts in a couple of weeks, okay? But in the meantime, come to the Facebook group, guys. Links in my bio. I go out at 5 p.m. in my driveway and visualize my SP coming home from work. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice. Do that, guys. Hey, I'm scrolling up because I missed a whole lot of questions. How do I focus on the news story without negative thoughts? Guys, look, you just got to keep focusing on that news story, and every time, you'll have your brain fighting you. No, remember that she's got a third party at the moment, you stupid idiot. You've just got to jump in. No, new story. You start saying the new story in your mind. No, he loves me. We're still blissfully happily married. It's like you're soothing yourself and shutting those thoughts out every time the old story thoughts pop in. Even if you just say a sentence. No, he loves me. No, he loves me. Right? It's just an affirmation over and over. Thank you for your answer. You're welcome, darling. My SP was hot and cold lately, but I know why. It's me. I'm more consistent again. Good, darling, good. Weird question. If I ask the one, I wish I found Neville years ago. I've never been this mentally stable in years. Yep. Oh, lost my light. What happened? What? Oh, God. Look, guys, I wish I'd found Neville before I got hella confused by the bloody secret and all that shit. I was manifesting properly before I discovered the secret. Then for about a decade, I was hella confused. I wish I'd found Neville sooner too. How to stop hot and cold behaviour? Well, just what that other person was saying. You have to accept that you're causing it. You're hot and cold thinking, he loves me, he doesn't love me, he's going to message me, oh, he left me on red, oh, why do you do that? Maybe it's other girls, oh no, but he loves me, but oh, who's that on his Instagram? It's your thinking, darling, that's causing it. Sammy Ingram has confused the shit out of me. Oh, really? Oh, that's really annoying, because look, I used to find Sammy's videos so great. But some people really change their minds sometimes, and when they change their mind, they kind of come across confused on the videos. Maybe they should stop making videos until they sort out their head and really get clear on their message, because Sammy, in one message, in one video, was saying, I don't believe in Neville anymore. Oh, no, I don't believe in doing affirmations anymore. I'm just going to step into the state of. And the next video, she's talking about affirmations again. I'm like, bitch, you just said in your last video, don't do affirmations anymore. What the fuck are you talking about? You remember your last video? Not to say anything bad about Sammy, but I think she's just... It's the thing is, if you've watched them for a long time and then they change it up quite a bit, you're like, but that's not what you said before, so I'm really confused. And she always says, I've got the prerogative to change my mind and change... That's fine, but not if it kind of like throws out everything you said before or contradicts and says, Neville never said this, when he clearly said the whole time, step into the state, fall asleep in the wish fulfilled. He wasn't a big affirmer. She's agreeing with him. What about the manifestation to get my pestering ex out of my life? We're currently deciding property. Oh, okay. So just say, he doesn't bother me anymore. She doesn't bother me anymore. He doesn't bother me anymore. We get along so well. Everything's resolved. The property issues are fully resolved. We aren't in each other's lives anymore. They've got nothing to do with me. Once this is resolved, we've got nothing to do with each other. Is it okay to affirm for contact from SP but also include marriage? Absolutely. Just say, we're so blissfully happily married. We contact each other all the time. He rings me every day. He makes sure he checks in with me every day, even when he's at work. Okay? When he's away from me and he's not at home, he checks in on me. Say those things. Hey, Loz, do you think it's vital to clear traumas before anything manifests? Not before anything manifests, no, but as you're doing it, you want to be working on your self-concept. It's just your self-concept, guys. It's not clearing the trauma. You don't have to be fucking 100% whole and perfect. Fuck, you might be waiting until 100 years old and then, I'm going to start manifesting, and then you drop dead. A bit late by then. I wish I'd found Loz years ago. If I knew then what I know now, darling, I wish I'd found me 8 years ago. I was so fucking negative, and I used to fuck everything up and screw my relationships up and... Me too, John. What about SP's free will? What about it? There isn't any. Darling, they're only reflecting your thinking. You're in your own reality, and everyone is one consciousness, and all anybody can do in your reality is think the thoughts you're thinking. That's it. If you don't believe me, go and test yourself and see, and get people to say your affirmations. Go and see say I'm going to see a purple car this week, or a pink car, or someone's going to wear polka dots in my reality, or I'm going to get a free coffee, or I'm going to get a free meal. And then when they all happen, go tick, tick, tick. Wow, how did that happen? Oh, because I was reflecting the thought out that I was going to get a free coffee, and someone moved in my reality to make it so, because the thought went in their mind, I'm going to give this person a free coffee. And you did that. And it's not a coincidence. What do you reckon to Joseph Murphy? He's wonderful. He was taught by the same person as Neville, but Joseph Murphy is much more about affirmations. Neville is much more about visualizing. But they say the same things, in different ways. My SP spent the night with me, not heard from him since. What affirmations can I use to bring him back? Don't assume he's gone away. You're assuming he's gone away in that question. To bring him back, he hasn't gone anywhere. Stop thinking he's gone somewhere. Stop thinking he's ignoring you. Stop thinking he's done a runner. Stop thinking that. He can't wait to see me again. We had the most romantic night together. He can't stop thinking about me. He's been thinking about me ever since. He can't wait to message me. We're so blissfully happily together. Think those things and get rid of the thought that he's disappeared. What do you do when you're doing well all day, manifesting SP, and when you sleep you have a bad dream? Just wake up and say, well, who fucking cares? That was just a dream. Guys, look, I had the weirdest dream last night, and Sammy Ingram was in my dream. I mean, I've never had a dream about the girl in the whole life. And she was in my dream. Why? I don't know. It must be because everyone keeps asking me about her on these lives in the last couple of days, and it's just on my mind. So sometimes, guys, whatever your dreams are, it's something that's on your mind, right? It doesn't mean anything, but it's just in your subconscious, and so it manifests itself in your dream. Don't worry about it. I did that and got a Costa coffee. A Costa coffee, Ben. Oh, I miss a Costa coffee. Don't have Costa in Australia. I'm listening to Joseph now. He has 62-hour Audible with most of his books. It's amazing. 62 hours. He has a lot of books, actually. I think I've only read a few of them, 1 or 2. Why do you compare yourself to others? Why who? Why are you talking about me? I try not to. It's one of my biggest problems, I guess. Oh my God, Loz, thanks. You helped me so much. Now my SP wants to spend his time with me. He loves me. Oh, Esther, I love it. Wonderful, darling. Hooray. You did that. Trigger. Oops. What are we saying, Megan's Gay? Hey, my mum got out of surgery and she wants me to stay at hers, but I want to, but she's my mental trigger. Well, darling, just go there and see if you won't get triggered. I get triggered by my mum all the time. Your parents will be the ones that trigger you the most. See if you can handle it. Be like, my triggers don't trigger me anymore. I can spend time with my mum and she never triggers me. I'm triggerless around my mum. Try it. See if you can do it. On inner conversations, is it just what I'm saying to him as I can't hear his voice correctly? No, you don't have to hear them saying anything back. You can just assume what they're going to say back to you and just hear it. Or you can even out loud do it. This is what I do. Like, babe, you missed me when you were away, didn't you? And he goes, yeah, babe, I love you so much. Like, just do it in your voice. It's really hard to hear someone's voice, guys. Or you don't even have to hear them back at all if you don't want. Might be meeting SP's kids this weekend. He can't get a sitter, affirming we will get to spend the night together. Oh, wonderful, Nat. It's escalated quickly. I dreamt about one of my fears, but now I know that it is released. Good, darling, good. Do you think there's a point to life? So what do you think it is? Point to life? I think it's to discover who you are, and you are God. You are the power. You are source energy. You are all powerful. When you discover that, I think that was the point. And then you can be, do, and have anything you want. I think that's the point. How can we get rid of third party? I want third party goes away peacefully and SP loves me again. Okay, forget about the bitch, darling. Forget about the third party. The more you focus on her, the more she'll stay in your reality. The more she'll stick around. Or he'll stick around. Okay? So I want you to focus on you and your SP together in your mind, in visualizations, and affirm that you're together. And forget about the bitch as much as you can. Yes, my mum triggers me massively. I'm working on it. Oh, look, just yesterday, I was trying to get my mum in and out of a car. My mum's got Alzheimer's. She can't even get in and out of a car anymore. She can't figure out how to put her leg in, where to put her bum. When you put her in the seat, she like sits like this for the whole journey. And you're like, and she's so big now, I can't lift her up. I couldn't get her out. And it's just, I was getting so triggered yesterday, and I was just trying so hard not to get triggered. Right? And the way I did it was, I was on Sasha Official's live the other day, and she was crying about how her mum had passed away. And I thought, look, I may have my mum here in kind of vegetable form, but at least she's here. So I'm not going to get triggered by her anymore. Because one day she'll be dead, and I'll wish I had this again, trying to get her in and out of a fucking car. Right? I used that to stop getting triggered the other day. How to stop a divorce. Darling, just imagine you don't have to get divorced because they love you so fucking much. They love me. They know I'm the only person in the world for them. They don't want this. Look, we had some bad times, but we're over those now, and they forgive me, and I forgive myself for the shit I was thinking that caused this. And they love me, and I know they love me. And then figure out all the shitty insecurities you were having that caused the divorce to come about, darling, and we're firm against those. Thank you so much for all your advice. My SP has been saying all the things I want to hear. Oh, Sheila, wonderful. All right. How long do you think things change from past bad thoughts to the ones that you've been thinking? Fuck knows, Marie. I don't know. I'm not in your mind. There's not a little person in your mind going, ding, you've been fully convinced. Guys, you never know. You never know when it's formed a belief in your mind. You just don't know. It's not possible. And anyone who tells you they can tell you the amount of time is an idiot. Okay? But the sooner you step into the state of, I am that person now, the sooner it will happen. Morning. Oh, hi, Bernie. We're officially official. Boyfriend, girlfriend, been visualizing living with him. Oh, wonderful, Kosha, wonderful. Hooray, darling. That's great. What do you think of Manifest with Karis Lee? Never even heard of this person. Is this a YouTuber? Guys, you've got to understand, I don't have enough time to watch YouTube. I see Sammy's videos pop up, but I don't watch them unless you guys want me to watch them, like the last couple you've asked me to watch. I haven't watched I don't hardly get any TikTokers on my page because apparently, according to TikTok, all I'm interested in is the Gabby Petito case, Brian Laundrie, Britney Spears, the Kardashians, and apparently a whole lot of tarot recently. So I don't see anything else. I don't know who that is. I hate when coaches say it takes a certain amount of time because it puts pressure on people. Yep. Who is Sammy? Oh, just Sammy Ingram. She's a YouTuber. Do you believe in or know anything about elementals? I don't fucking know what that is, darling. No idea. I use my heart center when affirming. Do that, darling. My God, tarot today was spot on with my affirmations. Yeah. Oh, the tarot on my For You page is so freaky as hell. It is almost all my affirmations in tarot. It is, sometimes I'm like, I click them and keep saving them because I'm like, oh my God, that was my affirmation. But then because I'm clicking them and saving them, I'm getting more of them. I shouldn't be doing that, but it's just like, I'm so impressed by my own brain. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Because they're like word for word on the cards, in the captions, what the person's saying. I'm having the same with the tarot. It's so weird, isn't it? It's really freaking me out. Like the amount of times I've been, just the most specific affirmations about stuff. I'm like one the other day was not even about relationships or anything. It was about me as a person. It was like the kind of person you are. This is how people see you. And it was like everything about this account. Everything I'm doing. Everything that's happened. I was just start watching it like, huh? It was so weird. Very weird. Hi, Loz. Are you working on a book? I will, guys. I have made the covers of 3 books. Trust me, they'll come. They'll be coming. I've got Yes, Darling, which will be all the answers to all your questions from the lives. Just all the live questions answered in a book, in volumes. Okay? Then I've got You Run This Shit. And then I've got one about self-concept. Because that happens to me all the time too. What about the tarots? It's pretty weird. My mum is the one who created my mental issues, and it was a place that traumatized me. I don't know what to do. Well, then don't go there, darling. Look, guys, don't put yourself in a place where you're going to get triggered. If you're going to be really fucking triggered, don't remove yourself, darling. You don't have to. I'm manifesting my amazing SP. I can't wait to meet him and see what he looks like. He's coming now. Yes, darling. Look, darling, just sleep every night as if he's in bed with you. And trust me, I've done that twice and they turn up. Magically. I really want to read those books. Okay, good. Self-concept affirmations for getting a six-figure salary job. I love earning six figures. People are so jealous of my salary. I'm in the 1%. Things like that. I earn X amount per year. Tarot can make you feel good, gives me confirmation it's working. Yeah, if it's bad tarot, it'll make you feel bad. But if it's giving you confirmation, and there's a couple of girls I really like watching because I just love the way they interpret the cards. Like, there's a couple of girls I've watched, and I'm just like, they're so good at like making this whole, I don't know where they're getting the inspiration from for like, this means this and da-da-da-da-da. Like, they're like masterful readers. So I actually enjoy, some of them I'm actually enjoying watching as entertainment because I think they're just, there's one girl with really tight curly hair and she never wears a bra and she's like quite flat-chested. I don't want to say flat-chested. What's her name? And she wears glasses. What is it? And she's excellent. And this other girl with really frizzy tight curls. I can't remember these girls' names. And they're both like, the way they read the card, I just find them both so fascinating. I always like, I love these girls, the way they tell the stories. It's like they're real storytellers. And they go for like 7 or 8 parts, all their readings. I don't know where they're getting the stuff from. Yeah, girl with red hair. I think she's mixed race or something with red hair, and the other girl looks Spanish. The other girl with the glasses looks Spanish. They're both Americans, but the girl who looks she might be Spanish, the other girl. Can't remember their names. Loz, my mum told me I may not get the job, but I don't care. The job is mine. I feel like crazy. Who cares what people in your reality think, darling? That's just your old fears manifest. Don't worry about what the fuck people think. What affirmations would you recommend for being in a separation with SP? You're not in separation, darling. That's one of the affirmations. There is no separation. We are always in contact telepathically. I think things, I send them to him, they go in his brain, he thinks those things. Stop saying you're in separation. There's no such thing. How did you cause the breakup in the first place? Was it with your shitty thinking that went in their brain and they started thinking it and then they acted on it? Ta-da, there's no separation. Got it? What affirmations would you recommend to stop breadcrumbing? Look, there are no affirmations to stop the breadcrumbing. What you've actually got to figure out is, what am I thinking that's causing the breadcrumbing? It'll be the opposite of what you want. He loves me. Oh, no, he doesn't love me because he left me on red. He always leaves me on red. Why does he do that? He doesn't want to contact me. Oh, he loves me. He just messaged me now, but who's that girl on his Instagram? It's like constant. It's you constantly switching back from your good thinking to your bad thinking. You've got to stop. Anytime you get a negative thought, just jump on your good affirmations because you're causing the back and forth, the hot and cold, the breadcrumbing. I met a new guy and I want to manifest a relationship with him. Affirmation ideas. Just say we're in a relationship already. See yourself in your mind in a relationship with him and say he loves being my man. He loves being my boyfriend. I love my new man. He's so this and so that to me. I wish you had a longer video for me to listen to while I sleep. I'm uploading it right now. It's taken 3 hours. It's self-concept affirmations for feeling loved and adored. Okay, and they're not. There's not a lot of affirmations in it. It's very repetitive. Right, so some people might be like, these aren't like Dylan James with 30 affirmations. But I just don't believe that's feasible. I think there's too many affirmations in his tapes, right? So they're very repetitive, but that's the point because you're going to be asleep, right? My lawyer sent me my counter offer. I have to send my ex, and it's exactly what I've been thinking. Oh, wonderful, Nat, hooray! Oh, good, darling. Can I listen to subliminals? I am manifesting apology from ex from so long and still not appeared. Well, darling, both those things I don't agree with. Okay, I'll tell you why. Subliminals, you don't know what the fuck it's saying. Could be saying, get me a ham sandwich, go and shoot people in the street for all you know. You don't know what it says. Secondly, you need to apologise to yourself because you caused the fucking thing. So if you're waiting for the ex to apologise to you, you might be waiting forever because you need to apologise to yourself first and forgive yourself for causing the shit that you need an apology for. And then the apology will come. But until such time as you accept you are the cause, fuck all will happen. You understand? If you don't understand what I mean, please go to my TikTok and watch How to Manifest an Apology. It's a series. It's down the bottom of the page with a white shirt. I'm wearing a white shirt. I'll stick it in a playlist one day. On where are you uploading the videos to, Loz? Oh, on YouTube, but they're not up yet. They're on private. That's taken 3 hours to upload. Can you say, wow, wasn't expecting it to be this great? Yes, say that. Absolutely. Why I choose to manifest things that are so far and hard and I might not succeed with gets me obsessed. Well, you're thinking they're too far and hard and you might not succeed. That's your assumption. It's the law of assumption. What are you dominantly assuming? I won't succeed. Well, then you fucking won't. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Can you do a video on inner conversations with SP? Yes, I will. Although, I've got to say, the person who's the expert on talking about inner conversations is Katie at Create Your Future. I would highly recommend you go to the playlist on Create Your Future that says Katie and just watch every single one of her videos. She's excellent specifically about inner conversations. I love watching your videos. Thank you. Oh, thank you, darling. So when you manifest someone, is it true love or are you controlling them? I get anxious about that. No, you're not controlling them, guys. Look, if you choose that you love a person, you've decided, I love this person. They also feel the feelings of love for you. What happens is you destroy that with your shitty thinking. What you're trying to do is get that person back, right? Their feelings of love are real, just like your feelings of love are real. You're not faking your feelings of love. They're not faking theirs, right? But they're reacting to you. People see you how you see yourself. People will treat you how you feel you're going to be treated, right? That's why there's some people who are very unlucky in love because they constantly feel unlovable. So they don't get a lot of people in their lives who love them. And there'll be another girl who'll have 10 husbands. She must assume she's lovable, but then she also must assume relationships fall apart. I love Katie. Yeah, she's great. If I'm in the headspace that he wanted to, he would have, is it from desperate energy? There's no such thing as if he wanted to, he would have. It's called he's reacting to your thinking. I don't know where you're getting this if he wanted to, he would have crap from. It's not desperate energy. It's called you're not fundamentally understanding, Neha, that you're doing all of this. So you may as well stop watching me and go to some LOA bitch who says you better go find someone else because you couldn't manifest that person. They're not making their own decisions. Neha, I've said it a million fucking times. I don't know why you're not listening to me. So how to feel lovable. I am so loved. I am so wanted. I've always been loved and wanted. Things like that, darling. When letting go of the old story, should I let go of everything or can I hold on to the good memories? Oh no, guys, there's no such thing as letting go. I don't teach this absolute bullshit. What are you letting go of? What is your interpretation of letting go? Yeah, it's got nothing to do with letting go of loving them, good stories, good memories, none of that. Detaching. What the fuck? Guys, if you love someone, you are not going to stop having thoughts about them. I'm sorry, but it's fucking impossible. You're not going to have eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, have a fucking lobotomy and forget about your ex. You're just not going to be able to do it. And the more you try, the more you're going to suffer in your jocks every time you try and do it because you're trying really hard not to think about them, but all the thoughts of them come into your brain. What you're detaching from and letting go of is how you get back together. You live in the end in your mind and you persist in the new assumptions that you're together, and how that comes about you detach from. You stop trying to work out. That's it. That's it. That's why LOA is a load of shit, because they're saying detach from the outcome, but that's Buddhism. And Buddhists don't get what they want. They just get a state of peace. Well, if you want a state of peace, great, but you won't get what the fuck you want if you let go all the time and detach from the outcome. Got it? You're sitting around like Buddhists getting fuck all, but you'll feel peaceful, but you won't get anything you want. Got it? How to deal with sadness while manifesting X. Is it okay when I miss him? Guys, you can miss them, but you got to stop not dwelling there. The place you most often return is your dwelling place, and that will manifest. So if you sit there all fucking day, it ain't going to help you. Thank you. Okay, good, Petri, you understand? It's actually a blessing, I think, of him all the time, and it means more affirmations. Yes, guys. On a lighter note, is I'm the only person SP wants, an SP or both, or self-concept affirmation. On a lighter note, I am the only person SP wants, an SP or both an SP and self-concept affirmation. Now that's an SP one, because that's about them. If it's got their name in it or you're referring to them, that's an SP affirmation, right? To be honest, I don't want to be triggered by it anymore. I want to see her. I want to get over it. I just don't know how. What? I don't understand. You're trying to get over someone, darling? We'll do that then. Any audio book you recommend listening to? Anything by Neville Goddard, guys? Anything by Florence Scovel Shinn? Anything by Joseph Murphy? I do understand. Basically, just think thoughts that we're together. Yes, guys. Exactly. Exactly. Can you affirm to speed up manifestations? You can say that, guys. You can. Can you explain all desires are from God and are promised? Well, you are God, right? Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you? Test yourself and see. I am God, but so are you. You are all gods. I am the light. I am the way. I am the power. I can wound. I can heal. It doesn't say he is. The book is referring to you guys, right? It's saying the power is within you. God made himself us in his own likeness. What do you think that means? We are all gods. So if you have a desire, it's from you and you're meant to have it. The end. Right? You wouldn't have imagined it if it wasn't possible. And people think that's very blasphemous saying that, but then they've misunderstood the Bible. Churches and religions want to make you think that God is outside of you. Otherwise, why the fuck would you go to church? To go to a holy place where he resides? No, he resides in you. There's no such thing as him being in a holy place. You are the holy place. Golgotha is the skull, right? And Christ was crucified at Golgotha. It means your brain, means in your mind. The actual literal translation of that place is your mind. So if you interpret the book properly, it's just saying he's in you. It's in you. But churches take it away and say, oh, he's in the church. We have an altar and you've got to pray to this altar and pray to a cross, even though the Bible says, do not make graven images unto me. Well, isn't a cross with a dead guy called Jesus on it a graven image unto the Lord? Yes. And it says specifically in the Bible not to do that. And yet churches are full of graven images. To make you go there to pray. And when you walk in the door, they ask you to put money in a little bowl. Or pass the bowl around. But if you just realised it was you wouldn't have to go to church, would you? And you wouldn't have to put any money in the bowl. The power is in you. It is said throughout the Bible. Exactly. Florence Scoble-Shinya, she's excellent to listen to. Does the root of our self-concept only develop until age 7, or is it just that's the majority? That's the majority. But look, you can have really traumatic events happen to you. I mean, look at that little child that just got kidnapped in Australia and got found. I mean, she's 4. So can you imagine what that's done to her self-concept? But imagine if it happened to her at 14, it would still deeply affect her, wouldn't it? Right? So you can have traumatic events that deeply affect you. Cleo Smith, yeah, isn't that amazing that they found her? It's astounding. Hi, what's your opinion on Sammy's Neville video? Oh, look, I've spoken about it a million times. I just think she misunderstands Neville quite considerably and is now confusing subconscious and conscious thinking. Okay? So the only belief we need is believing it'll happen. Believing it is done. Like, not even will happen. It's done already. It's even better. Right? You can believe it will happen if saying it's already here is clunky to you. But the whole point is, all things exist. What's the quote? All things exist to him who believes. Right? To he who believes. All things exist. Which means there are parallel realities of things already existing. And the reason you do not see what you want is your failure to believe you are that man or woman already. You are it already. Right? If you can step into the state of it's done already, I just can't see it yet. But somewhere there's a reality where it's done. I have that person. That's the point. More than they're coming. It's going to happen. It's happened. Right? Is more what living in the end is. But if it's less clunky to you to say it's coming, well, yes, say that. I feel so much better and positive after last Friday's live. Thank you. Oh, do you, Coxie? Oh, good, darling. Great. Oh, we've got another live tomorrow then. So, guys, on Fridays, we have Facebook Friday in the Facebook group, and you can send me a big, huge, long question like Sarah did last time. Okay? Because I can only write a fucking sentence here. It's so annoying. But if you join us on Facebook in the Facebook group on Fridays, so I do nighttime US and morning time UK, which is nighttime Australia, on Fridays in Facebook. Affirmations for lots of clients. I have so many clients. I've overrun. I need to hire staff. My calendar is booked out. I love the group. Yes, it's lovely. I feel great after every live. Oh, good, Bernie. Is it true everything we want already created and is only to be manifested? Exactly. Right? She's stepping into the state of already having it. What Neville says is about states is this. It's like you're moving from one state to the other. So, oh, thank you, darling. So you could, thanks for the rose, you could move from the state of poverty to wealth. So you could take a homeless person and take them out of the state of homeless and put them in a mansion. They're still the same person, but they've just moved states and now they're wealthy. They've stayed the same, but their state has changed, right? That's simply all you're doing with parallel realities. You're taking yourself from the state of single or broken up with to the state of with them now. Just like you're taking the homeless man off the street and putting him in a mansion. Right? Oh, guys, you've got to stop asking me about Sammy's video about Neville. I must have answered it 5 times in this live. No, I don't agree. Because I think she's agreeing with Neville. She doesn't understand that she is. What's your opinion on astrology / zodiac stuff? It's just an interpretation of personalities and all that stuff, guys. And you can read into it if you really want to. But if you assume someone to be a certain way because of their zodiac sign, they'll turn out that way because that's your dominant assumption. So if you think they're a Scorpio, therefore they're going to be blah, 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 fiery and this and that, they will be in your reality because you have that assumptions about Scorpios. You plastered that all over them as a sticky note and they'll turn up that way. Oh, there are Virgos that are going to be pain in the ass and critical and da-da-da-da-da, and they will be. Difference between daydreaming and visualization. Daydreaming is not on purpose. Daydreaming is kind of like listlessly thinking and it's not directed in any kind of way. We're visualizing, you're deciding a scene and you're like, okay, I'm going to visualize my wedding and I've decided what it is. And also you see it from your eyeballs if you can. It's a more decisive visualization. They're both visualizations, but visualizing is on purpose. You've decided what you're going to think about before you do. I'm going to do inner self-love course, but I'm going back to my past and making me feel worse. Oh, you're doing an inner self-love course, but going back to my past is making me feel worse. Oh, okay, Louisa, look. Sometimes, guys, it absolutely will. That's what therapy did to me. It destroyed me almost every week when I went in there. But the way to do that, darling, is to step into the state of I am working on my stuff now. And as soon as I finish doing this, I'm going to pull myself out of it and become the new me. I'm the new me now. Have some affirmations like, okay, I did that hour of my inner love child thing today, but now I'm the new me. Back to the new me. Nothing that bothers me from what I just thought about. I'm the new me. And have some affirmations about the new version of you. Neville even spoke about astrology. Yeah, he did. But he also said it's a load of hogwash. He used to believe in it before he discovered Abdullah. How to deal with, does daydreaming manifest? Oh, it can do if you think it vividly enough, absolutely. Have you ever done that where you've thought of something and then it's happened and you're like, oh my God, I thought about that. I love TikTok because I found you. Oh, thanks, Jess. I'm trying to affirm an amazing opportunity for my husband, but he's very negative about it all. Don't worry about what the fuck they're doing. You just do it for them. The amount of times I do it for other people. Then they come to me and they're like, you won't believe it. They dropped that case against me. You won't believe it. But they said they don't need that money. You won't believe it. But now I've got another worker. I'm making more money. And I'm like, how about that? And I feel like going and getting my scripting journal and going, read that where I wrote it 6 months ago that you're going to get another employee. Read that where I said, this is all going to be resolved. And if I tell them, they go, you didn't do that. I did it. Just do it for them. Imagine it for him. Imagine it for him, darling. Don't even tell him. And when he talks about it, go, okay. And then just don't entertain the negative story, the negative conversation. Don't even get in conversation with him about it. And you just imagine for him that he's got the opportunity. He loves his new job. He's so thrilled at his new job. He's got all the opportunities he wants. Do it for him. Where can I find the 5 things for 1 week challenge? 5 things 1 week challenge? Oh, I actually haven't done that. Oh, no. There is a challenge in the Facebook group, called the Powerful as Fuck Challenge. Powerful AF. Put in challenges, hashtag or 21-day challenge or challenges, and you'll find Powerful as Fuck Challenge. And we do talk about in there manifesting certain little things for the week. That was the challenge we did in the Facebook group. Dreams better manifest. Mine are awesome. Oh, good, darling. I'll affirm I'll get what I want by Christmas. Is that focusing on time? I mean, you can, darling. What's the most amazing / fascinating thing you assumed and then manifested? I think the very first thing I really tried to consciously manifest, I've spoken about before, which is a pair of yellow ballet flats in leather with a yellow bow on the front. And I found them the next day in a shoe store near my house. And they were the only ones there. And they were my size. Obsession usually comes from focusing on the how. Yes. It also comes from just not trusting this is going to come about. And you're just obsessively thinking about it all fucking day because you can't trust it's already here. The non-trusting also feels like obsession as well, guys. Giving it back to you. Okay, Neville's got to, just imagine he's giving it back to you. Neville's got a really good story about a person owed him money and his wife said, we're going to see them tonight for dinner. He's come into some money now. He can pay you back. You need to ask him for the money. Thanks, Jalicia. Thank you, darling. And Neville said, no, I don't need to ask him for the money. She said, but he owes you $9,000 or something. And he was like, no, he'll pay me. They went out to dinner. The man never mentioned it. Neville got home and thought, oh, he didn't even mention it. Like, he knows I know he's got money now. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, he just sent him a check with all the money. He just assumed he was going to pay him. He assumed he was paid by him already. That man has paid me. He's repaid all my money. Feel is real, right? Yes, guys. Tips on how to trust it more. Affirm it. Yes, you can. But also, guys, test yourself. Or look at your shitty life and think, did I create any of this? Absolute shit show before me. Oh, yeah, I did that. I better trust that this was real because I've actually created all the things, all the circumstances I don't want. I did that. Got it? What's the key to believing? Fuck knows, darling. I have no idea. You just got to step into the state of having it already. The belief part you have no control over. Right? So anyone who tells you have to believe it is a absolute moron because you have no control over your brain believing something. All you can do is say it a lot in your brain and then one day it will become a belief, but you can't control that. The real key to just believing in yourself is saying things like, I am more powerful. I am a master manifester. What I say goes. And stepping into that state of being all powerful is the only real belief you need, the faith in yourself. Right? Believing your actual affirmations or visualizations are more difficult to control, but believing in you, you can control because you can say those affirmations. Sometimes I feel like negative emotions make me feel human. I hated LOA gurus who said it was bad. Oh, it's ridiculous. I suffered from depression for most of my life and anxiety. So LOA made me feel like I was failing because I was constantly anxious and desperate and depressed. So I couldn't manifest, could I, if I was depressed? Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, and Florence Scovel Shinn will be the 3 authors I would recommend most highly. And also Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich or Outwitting the Devil. Actually, The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort had a TikTok today about what is the one book I would recommend for all entrepreneurs. And he said, Think and Grow Rich. And I was like, oh, really? And I had to comment. I was like, he knows about manifesting. That's how he got so fucking wealthy. I was so surprised he said that. I was like, because it's not a book about wealth. It's a book about manifesting. But it sounds like it's a book about wealth. It is, but it's about how to become wealthy using your mind. I was so shocked by that. I was like, oh my God. Can you do a video on scripting laws? I actually was about to take a snippet out of one of my lives about scripting, but I'll do a full... I think I have done. Scroll down. There are some scripting ones. I think I answered a question about scripting. It'll be one of the ones with the white heading across the top. Like that, going diagonally. Should we always say the SP's name? Yes, please. Or you can say him or her, but please don't say SP or don't say their name because some fuckwit on here told you not to say their fucking name because they're a moron. What's that book called again, please? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. It's a wonderful book. Because of you, you saved my life. Oh, Laura Lulu, what? What are you saying? Well, that's wonderful. I used to journal every day without fail because I felt if I didn't, I couldn't manifest. Oh. Ridiculous. I'm religious and assume that God will provide whatever I manifest. Is that a limiting belief? Well, darling, just switch it to God is in you and you can keep believing that all you like. It's not a limiting belief. You've just got to understand that God's in you, not outside of you, and that's fine. I assume God will provide whatever I manifest. Oh, I am going to provide whatever I manifest. Thank you, me. Thank you, God in me. Go and listen to Reverend Ike. If you're religious and you want to understand this, go and listen to Reverend, REV.IKE, Reverend Ike. And he calls it God in me. Listen, God in me, you're going to manifest for me because you're God in me and God in me. And he has this wonderful prayer he does at the end of every sermon. And everyone stands up in the church and says, and God in me will do this for me and God in me, right? And they were a prosperity church. People in his church became very wealthy, right? And people were like, how dare he drive around and have 12 Rolls Royces? But it was a prosperity church and he made people realize that God was in them. And he speaks very Neville-like. And he doesn't acknowledge Neville, but he was after Neville. He was in the 70s. Go and look up Reverend Ike. Your videos have helped me so much. It's been an ongoing process unlearning limiting beliefs. Oh, wonderful, Ashwini. That's great. Congratulations, darling. With LOA, I'd wake up in a bad mood and think I can't manifest today. My vibe isn't right. Exactly. No wonder all those bitches were so triggered in my LOA video. They're all cranky. They're all cranky as fuck because their vibration wasn't right that day. They mustn't have been vibing right. They didn't have any positive vibes that day. They got out of bed wrong. Jesus Christ. That's the church people need. Oh, honestly, Reverend Ike's videos are wonderful. Go to the YouTube, guys, and just look up any Reverend Ike videos. They're really inspirational because you see these people who came from poverty. And it's a black church, mostly black parishioners. And they're all, like, so many of them get up and they do these testimonials like, I got a car today, I bought my house today, my son got into university today. It's a really inspirational church. He's long dead, but I love Reverend Ike. And people used to hate him because he was so rich. I I read Reverend Ike was Neville's student. See, was he? Was he? That makes sense. But he doesn't mention Neville. Okay, because everything he says is Neville. But I've never once heard, and I've listened to a lot of his stuff, never once heard him mention Neville. But was he his student, was he? That's interesting. Well, probably in the 60s, yeah, because Neville died in 69, so it could possibly have been, yeah, absolutely. One week, I had not seen him again, but I woke up saying, I'm a queen bitch and I'm his world. Wonderful, darling, I love that. Queen bitch. Is the SP's first name enough or their entire name? Guys, please, if you listen to someone who says you have to say John James Preston, I mean, come on. Your brain knows, if your SP's name is John, you're not thinking John Howard, John Lennon, John the Baptist, are you? You're thinking you're John. Just say their fucking one name, their first name. What the people are going on about. You have this certain rule, you have to say the whole name. Do you, bitch? What are you talking about? I always have a little notepad when you're on live laws. You have helped me so much. Oh, do you, darling, little notepad? Oh, that freaks me out. I think people are taking notes. The crap that comes out of my mouth. What's the difference between LOA and manifesting? Look, manifesting is simply this. I am that. What do you believe you are? That's all manifesting is. Law of assumption assumes you're saying, think a thought, send it out to something outside of you that manifests. No, no, no. I am that. I am that I am. As man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I think, therefore I am, right? The power is inside of you. You're not sending it out to anything. So manifesting is simply stepping into the state of having it already, assuming you are that man or woman you want to be. I am loved. I am rich. I am a millionaire. I am a famous footballer. I am... That's what manifesting is. It's all it is. You're doing it all day. I am fat. I'm a failure. I can't do anything right. Relationships don't work out for me. That's affirming. That's your I amness. That's your manifestation every day. You're seeing it in front of you. You just don't realize you're doing it. That's God in you manifesting whatever the fuck you said to yourself all your life. Now you're going to unmanifest all that shit. Got it? Good idea. A notepad for real. I take notes. Oh, dear God. Jesus. That makes me... What? I'm astounded, guys. Taking notes. Started reading Psycho-Cybernetics. Love it. Are all his other books also good? I actually haven't. I've got another one of his books in my room that I haven't read. But I've only read Psycho-Cybernetics the whole way through. But I've got The Power of Self-Image, I think I've got in my room. But that's a wonder. Look, Psycho-Cybernetics really hit home to me because I have body dysmorphia and he's a surgeon, a plastic surgeon, and it really... It's a beautiful book, guys, if you want to really think about your self-image more and talk about self-concept more. He talks about the self-image, which is also what Bob Proctor talks about, or he calls it that, even though he gets hella confused, but he's kind of using the learnings from that book. It's a wonderful book by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. Should I look at their social media while manifesting? Fuck no, darling. Unless you want to get hella triggered, don't. Someone told me I was manipulating my manifesting communication. I asked if they'd ever hope for... Hope for what? Darling, you're manifesting thinking they're not going to contact you. You're still manifesting. So either way, you're manifesting. Whether you think wrong or right, negative or positive, you're right. You're manifesting, right? Like Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're both right. So that idiot who's telling you you shouldn't be doing that because that's manipulation, they're not realizing that when you're thinking they're not going to contact you, you're also doing it still. Got it? Oh my God, I need to have I need that. I have body dysmorphia. I knew I'd seen myself in you. Oh, darling, go and read that book. It's really moving because it's all about how he took people who had severe accidents and had or deformities from birth or congenital disorders and operated on them. And when he showed them themselves in the mirror after all their scars had gone and they looked different, they couldn't see themselves differently. And he realized the problem was in their mind, not in the mirror. That didn't matter how much he'd helped them and fixed them, their mind wasn't fixed. That's what the book's about, because he attempted to help people outside of the surgeries with the book because he was so distressed by how many people he'd made better and they couldn't see themselves any differently because their self-image was locked in the old them, in the way they always saw themselves before, because they'd associated their self-worth with what they looked like before. And I've done that. So it really moved me, that book. My mood depends on how much he cares about me, so unstable. Well, fucking stop that, darling, and start saying, my mood depends on me. I maketh my own mood. The mood maketh the man, as the expression goes. Okay? So start saying affirmations that make your mood better, please. The difference is they call me, oh, good, darling, wonderful. Guys, what do you think about tarot reading in the context of law of assumption? We were talking about this earlier, that it will literally reflect your thinking. So if you have a good dominant story, the tarot will reflect that new story. If you watch the tarot on your For You page, and I mean, you can be reading into or not reading into it. It's up to you guys. But they're just reading your thoughts. So if the tarot is still showing up with your old story, you haven't changed your mind enough yet, or your old story is still playing out. Hang on, guys. I've got to go soon because I've been on here for ages. If I feel loved, does that mean I believe I'm loved? Yes, darling, say that. That's wonderful. If you're feeling loved, that's, of course. Oh my God, I'm actually reading that book at the moment. Are you, darling? I play my own affirmations all day. Do I need to intentionally listen all the time to impress the subconscious? Well, look, I think you've got to do other things like work, but I think it's a great idea to play them all day. Wonderful. But what if my SP social ones never trigger me? Can I still watch your story? Well, then do, darling. If they're not triggering you, then watch them. Guys, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You decide. It's your reality. You decide. The tarot has changed for my ex is coming back. Yeah. See, it will, because your thinking's changed. Well, mine must be good. All TikTok tarots say my SP is coming back. Unless they're all just saying that. We're all just saying the same fucking tarot as all of us. It's a possibility. So is self-concept an LOA term and self-image is more psychology? Self-concept, I mean, your concept of yourself, Neville certainly says. I've also seen concept of self used in psychology terms. But self-image is, Maxwell Maltz kind of talked about that. It depends. I mean, they just say it different ways. Just semantics. I think a lot of them do. Yes, a lot of them do say that. That's why we're saying that. Well, all right, guys, I've got to go because I've been here forever and I can't be on here forever. Do I need to be happy with my current state so that I can be, that my desire manifests? No, guys, happiness doesn't determine this, okay? You want to live in the end of having it already. If that makes you feel happy, great. But you don't have to be happy all fucking day to determine success. Please stop thinking that's the case. It's better to feel happy. It's better to be in a good mood. Yeah, sure, great. But if you have a bad day, don't want you to think you're going to undo everything, okay? Hey, Loz, should I make any moves toward SP or let them take action? Sang, it's up to you, darling. If you're in your queen energy and king energy and you feel confident, do whatever you think. But action is not required when manifesting, darling. It's all in your mind. Living in the end is the place to be. Yes, guys. Love that. All right, guys. I've really got to go. Thanks so much for joining me. Please do follow me if you don't follow me already. I go live twice a day. You can put on the notification bell so you don't miss any lives. And I also give you notifications in the Facebook group. The link's in my bio. And come and join us there and you can watch these lives back. All right, guys. Oh, thanks, Grace, for the roses. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.